First item on the agenda are the minutes from February 21st.
Motion should be just so.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the last meeting in February. Any discussion, any questions? All in favor say aye. Nick, would you go ahead, please?
Financial statement, February 29, 2012, total checking cash, $2,891,834.32. Taxes receivable, $61,694.01. Prepaid insurance, $2,417.94. Depreciable, total fixed assets, $6,479,835.40. Cash in the medical library funds, $15,989. Surplus certificate, $38,994.52. Total assets, $9,490,577.40. Reserves for taxes uncollected, $61,694.01. Total equity of $9,428,883.07. Any questions on the balance sheet? Next is check detail. State Comptroller, this is the UPL transaction for ETMC. It's a withdrawal of $233,722.98. Direct TV of 106.23, Windstream 104.52, line fee of $833.30, membership as of $280. Any questions? Deposit detail. Check for ETMC for the standard monthly payments of $2,419.54 and $4,733.99. Taxes received of $40,520.16. Here is the reverse of that transaction, EPL of $233,722.98, and checking, internal checking account of $65.43. Profit and loss for the month of February, revenue of $47,740.38. Housing expenses of $490.75. For a net income of $45,996.70. Year to date, which is October through February 2012, $314,960.62. Profit and loss versus budget. Versus budget. The EMS rent is still a problem. The back pays quarterly sort of, and that's why it's under budget $900. Residential, that's the EMS rent, sorry. The residential rental is over budget $2,000. Interest income is down $10,439, and tax district revenue is above budget $129,265.85. Year to date, the revenue is over budget $170,421.66. Any questions? Cash in bank of $2,891,834.32. All the CDs are drawing the same interest of 1.24%. There is one maturing April 21st, 2012. Is there any input from the board about what to do?
You'll remember maybe a year ago that woman came and presented to us some ideas about public entities, investment, what they can do. You all remember what I'm talking about, John? I don't remember her name, but
I've got it on the, when we talked about getting it back, you gave a presentation to us, and I will, y'all are interested in that, I'll arrange it for next month.
the rates are getting 1.24, but what are they now? Anybody know it? Deborah, you know?
Probably better. Under one.
Under percent. It would seem like it would be an appropriate thing fiscally to, if there is an option for public entities to invest in that has enhanced
I'll see if he comes next week.
What is next week, Steve?
The next meeting? Next meeting will be,
It'll be before this
It will be.
is due.
it'll be March, no, third is, yeah, the third is the 17th of April.
Okay. 17, 12. I'll see if she can help. We get a short presentation.
And it's not due till like the 21st?
That's right.
And let me ask you just from knowledge, if we go past the due date, it just continues running like it is that correct? Or-
It would renew, we have this 10-day grace period, if you didn't want it to renew, we just tell them not to renew it.
Okay.
It was just, you're not,
So we would actually have to
Cost
be
you
in the
money.
month?
right.
Any questions of Dick on the financial report? Entertain a motion to approve it.
I'm going to review the financial. I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye? Any opposed? Unanimous. Okay, the next item is something that Dick inadvertently put on there before he and I discussed it, and I haven't had a chance to go over the items that are involved here, so we will put this off to a future meeting. Nobody has a motion.
Emergency medical.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but it's just something I have to research.
Houston, like Houston, Texas, you don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about that right now.
ETMC Crockett, update. Sir.
Well, I want to update on the construction. I believe each time we met, we talked a little bit about that. And, I'd invite anyone to go back there and look. Right now, it's starting to take shape a little bit where they've got the metal stud walls up. Like me, I don't have a lot of spatial orientation, so I need those gauges to show me where the rooms are going to be and how large they're going to be. So those are already up. I did want to mention the VCT tile is removed in the hallway, right in front of what we used to call this, the old Station 1, all the way down to ICU. And that coincides with the demolition of all of those rooms that were on the right-hand side of that hallway. That will be part of the OR. They've removed all those rooms, so it looks a little funny if you go down that way, and it's a little bit distracting, but it's, construction in progress. Yeah, it's construction in progress. So, the other thing is I wanted to mention, because they asked me to mention that there have had people go through there, and that's okay. I mean, they're just as proud to show it off as we're proud to show it to someone. But they asked, because it's a hard hat area that you put on a hard hat, and they have them there for you. They're on a table, and so you have to put on a little funny hat when you go in there. They ask you to do that for them just for their insurance purposes. But they would like to show it to you. That there is some debris, because they are, the demolition is in there partly, so they kind of ask you to stay out of those areas. But all the new area, you feel free to walk through. So, but it's looking good. It's a lot of work. Done good.
Does that actually cover both of those items?
Yes.
5 and 6? Okay. Lease committee report from Ms. Blackman.
We did have a meeting, I believe it was last week.
It was.
And two things that came out of the meeting. One was, I would like the board's approval to get Chris Van Dernoff with Aldrich Abstract to research the property owned by the hospital, just so that we know what belongs to us and what belongs to ETMC for the records. So, anybody have a problem with that?
I think since we'd be spending some money, I think we need to have a motion. Somebody want to read it? Dr. Kelly?
Second.
Ms. Dawson? Y'all all understand what? Okay. No questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. What else?
The other thing is, I've drafted another letter to ETMC Crockett, to Mr. Cutler. I'm going to hand it to him tonight rather than go through the mail. It's not really any big deal. We're just requesting last time in our letter, we requested quite a few things. This time, I'm not sure, but we got the audited financial statements for the years ended October 31st, 2010 and 2009, and I'm hoping the October 31st, 2011 audited financial statements are available, and if they're not, as soon as they are available, we'd like a copy of it. Other thing that we found out is that the base rent has not been adjusted to reflect the decrease or increase in the medical price index since 2008, or at least that's what our record shows. So if we could follow up on that.
You know, I think you told us that there was a decrease.
Actually, it looked like it was a decrease to me last time, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But from 2007 to 2008. And the other thing, and I think Dr. Stovall has requested, I think somewhere in the hospital or some of the records of the hospital district, and we just requested that those be gathered and.
Yeah, I talked to Diane, she's getting in October, maybe a pickup truck.
And then the other thing that in the letter, I just made a comment to the letter to the editor in the March 11, 2012 issue of Houston County Courier, stating that we do understand that some of the information that we requested is confidential and not to be provided to anybody outside the organization. However, we ask that ETMC consider sharing some information with the board that would help us understand what goes on in the hospital, because we have no other way of finding out. And so I will go ahead and give this to Mr. Cutler, and if anybody wants a copy of the letter, I have it here, so.
We also discussed at the meeting, I've contacted our lawyer. I'm going to be in Austin Thursday for other business I have to attend to Friday. I'm leaving here Thursday for that. And I've contacted the lawyer to see if he can have time Thursday afternoon to make for a few minutes just to kind of touch base and just meet with him. So, hadn't finalized that, but I just wanted to back that down. I had contacted him.
Well, for it.
This is the time for public comments. The only request that I will have is if somebody does want to make any comments, that they stand up and identify themselves, and please, people in the audience, don't interrupt whoever's commenting. Have a report, without get involved in discussion, comments. Yeah, limit to 5 minutes or less, if you don't mind. Now, that having been said, I would welcome any public comments.
Dr. Stovall, my name is Daphne Herford, and I do have a question about the minutes from the last meeting. Under public comments, the only thing listed was Roy Stokes discuss reduction in maintenance. There were several employees that spoke at the last meeting. Shouldn't the minutes reflect that they had made comments, since it is the official record of the meeting?
I certainly would object to that. We could ask, do you have a recording of the last meeting?
I do.
Ms. Bergson? If you don't mind, and bring an amended copy at the next board meeting for us. Thank you, Ms. Bergson. Anybody else? We all welcome to be here, and we hope you enjoy the meeting. Thank you.